10 signs you are depressed and what to do next. Hey, Psych Circles Community. Have you ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of sadness, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't seem to stay afloat? It's more than just feeling down. It's a pervasive darkness that can take over your life, your relationships, your job, everything. Millions of people struggle with this, and there is hope. In today's video, we're going to shine a light on the 10 signs of depression so you can recognize them in yourself or someone you love. And crucially, I'm going to tell you exactly what you can do next to start feeling better. Let's get real, let's get honest, and let's get started. Persistent sadness or a low mood can be incredibly debilitating. It's not just having a bad day, it's a sadness that lingers, making it hard to find joy in anything. You wake up feeling down, go through your day feeling down, and go to bed feeling down. It's a cycle that seems never-ending. You might withdraw from life, isolate yourself from friends and family. Social interactions feel like a chore. Recognizing this persistent sadness is the first step towards getting your life back on track. It's important to seek help, whether it's talking to a friend, a family member, or a professional. You deserve to feel better, and with the right support and resources, you can overcome this. Don't give up. There's a brighter future ahead. You know, it's like all the color has been drained out of life and everything seems gray and dull. It's as if the vibrancy and excitement that once filled your days have vanished, leaving behind a monochrome existence. Those things you used to love, the activities that once brought you joy and fulfillment, hobbies, passions, spending time with friends, even simple things like reading a book or watching a movie, they just don't hold the same appeal anymore. They just don't do it for you anymore. It's like a switch has been flipped, and the things that once made you happy now feel like chores. You might find yourself turning down invitations, making excuses, avoiding social interactions because you just don't have the energy or the desire to participate. The thought of engaging with others feels overwhelming and exhausting. This loss of interest, this inability to feel pleasure, it's a hallmark of depression, and it can be incredibly isolating. It creates a barrier between you and the world around you. You see, when you're depressed, your brain chemistry changes. It's not just in your head. It's a physical alteration in your brain's functioning. You see, when you're depressed, your brain chemistry changes. It's like the reward center in your brain has gone offline. And nothing seems enjoyable anymore. The things that used to light up your brain with pleasure now leave you feeling empty, and nothing seems enjoyable anymore. Even when you try to force a smile or engage in activities, it feels hollow and unconvincing. This can be a vicious cycle because the more you withdraw from activities you once enjoyed, the more isolated and depressed you may become. It's a downward spiral that's hard to break free from. Because the more you withdraw from activities you once enjoyed, the more isolated and depressed you may become. The reminders of what you used to love can become painful, adding to the sense of loss. The more isolated and depressed you may become, it's important to remember that these feelings are a symptom of the illness, not a reflection of who you are as a person. It's important to remember that these feelings are a symptom of the illness, not a reflection of who you are as a person. Depression can make you feel like you're losing yourself, but it's the illness talking, not the real you, not a reflection of who you are as a person. It's crucial to seek help and support, to reach out to others, and to remember that recovery is possible. You are not alone in this struggle, and there is hope for a brighter future. Depression can mess with your body in some pretty strange ways, and changes in appetite are a prime example. Some folks, when they're depressed, they just completely lose their appetite. Food holds no appeal, and they might even forget to eat, leading to significant weight loss. On the flip side, you've got folks who find themselves eating constantly, even when they're not hungry. It's like they're trying to fill a void, to numb the pain with food, and this can lead to weight gain. Either way, these changes in appetite are usually unintentional and can be a real red flag that something's not right. Taking care of your physical health is crucial when you're battling depression. If you're struggling with changes in appetite, it's important to talk to your doctor. Number 4, sleep disturbances. Let me tell you, sleep is crucial for our mental and physical well-being. But when you're struggling with depression, sleep can become your worst enemy. You might find yourself tossing and turning all night, plagued by worries and anxieties, unable to quiet your mind and drift off. That's insomnia, folks, and it's a common symptom of depression. Then, you've got the opposite problem, sleeping too much. It's like you're trying to escape from the world and all its problems by staying in bed all day. But here's the thing, oversleeping can actually make your depression worse. If you're experiencing significant changes in your sleep patterns, whether it's insomnia, oversleeping, or waking up feeling unrefreshed, it's time to take notice. These sleep disturbances can be a sign of depression, and they can also exacerbate your symptoms. Number 5. Fatigue or lack of energy. You know that feeling when you wake up in the morning and you're already exhausted, like you could sleep for another 10 hours and still feel completely drained? That's the kind of fatigue we're talking about here. It's not just your average tiredness, it's a bone-deep exhaustion that permeates every aspect of your being. Everyday tasks that you used to breeze through, like getting dressed, making breakfast, or even just holding a conversation, suddenly feel like monumental efforts. This overwhelming fatigue can make it incredibly difficult to function in your daily life. You might find yourself calling in sick to work, canceling plans with friends, and neglecting your responsibilities at home. It's not that you're lazy or unmotivated, you simply don't have the energy to do anything. If you're experiencing persistent and unexplained exhaustion, it's essential to consider the possibility of depression. This kind of fatigue can lead to a cycle of missed opportunities and growing frustration. You might start to feel like you're letting everyone down, including yourself. Concentration becomes a challenge, and even the simplest tasks can feel insurmountable. Your productivity at work or school may plummet, adding to your stress and anxiety. Household chores pile up, and the thought of tackling them feels overwhelming. The more you fall behind, the more daunting it becomes to catch up. Social interactions can also suffer. You might withdraw from friends and family, feeling too exhausted to engage in conversations or activities you once enjoyed. It's important to recognize that this level of fatigue isn't something you should just push through. It could be a sign of an underlying health issue, such as depression, that needs to be addressed. If you find yourself in this situation, don't hesitate to seek professional help. A healthcare provider can help you determine the cause of your fatigue and recommend appropriate treatment options. Remember, taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. Simple steps like getting enough sleep, eating a balanced diet, and engaging in regular physical activity can make a significant difference. With the right support and self-care strategies, you can overcome this debilitating fatigue and regain your energy and zest for life. Number 6. Feelings of worthlessness or guilt. Depression has a nasty habit of whispering lies into your ear, and these lies can be incredibly convincing. You might find yourself replaying past mistakes over and over in your head, convinced that you're a failure, a burden to others, and unworthy of love or happiness. These feelings of worthlessness and guilt can be absolutely paralyzing. They can prevent you from pursuing your goals, from reaching out for help, and from believing that you deserve anything good in your life. Depression distorts your thinking, making it difficult to see yourself and your situation clearly. Don't let depression steal your self-worth. Number 7. Difficulty concentrating. You know that feeling when you're trying to focus on something important but your mind is racing a million miles an hour? It's like your brain is a computer with too many tabs open and everything is running slow. When you're depressed, it can be incredibly challenging to pay attention, to remember things, and to make decisions. You might find yourself rereading the same paragraph over and over again, struggling to follow a simple conversation, or forgetting appointments and deadlines. This mental fog can be incredibly frustrating and can interfere with your work, your relationships, and your overall quality of life. It's like your brain is stuck in neutral, unable to shift gears and get you where you need to go. If you're experiencing persistent and unexplained problems with focus and memory, it's essential to consider the possibility of depression. Number 8. Physical aches and pains. Now you might be thinking, what do physical aches and pains have to do with depression? Well, here's the thing. Depression isn't just a mental illness, it affects your entire body. It's like your body is trying to tell you that something's wrong, but it doesn't have the words, so it's sending you signals in the form of physical discomfort. You might find yourself experiencing persistent headaches, back pain, muscle tension, digestive problems, or fatigue. These aches and pains can be constant or intermittent, mild or severe, but they're often unexplained and don't seem to respond to traditional treatments. If you've been experiencing unexplained physical discomfort, and your doctor has ruled out other medical causes, it's worth considering the possibility that depression might be playing a role. Number 9. Irritability or restlessness. You know that feeling when you're on edge all the time, like you're just waiting for something to set you off? It's like you have a short fuse and even the smallest things can make you fly off the handle. That's irritability, folks. And it's a common symptom of depression. Now, you might think of depression as being all about sadness and withdrawal, but it can also manifest as anger, frustration, and restlessness. You might find yourself snapping at loved ones, getting into arguments more easily, or feeling like you just can't sit still. This irritability and restlessness can be incredibly difficult to deal with, both for you and for the people around you. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, it means you're struggling and you need help. Number 10. Thoughts of death or suicide. This is the toughest one to talk about, but it's crucial that we do. When depression reaches a severe level, it can lead to thoughts of death or suicide. This is a serious symptom, folks, and it's never something to be taken lightly. If you're experiencing these thoughts, it's essential to reach out for help immediately. Talk to a trusted friend or family member, call a suicide hotline, or go to the nearest emergency room. There is help available, and you don't have to go through this alone. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Please reach out for help. Outro: finding hope and healing. Look, we've covered a lot of ground today, and I know it can be overwhelming. But the most important thing to remember is this. Understanding the signs of depression is the first step towards recovery. If you recognize these symptoms in yourself or a loved one, take action. Don't wait for things to get worse. Reach out for help. Talk to your doctor, a therapist, a counselor, or a trusted friend or family member. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Psych Circles for more mental health content, and share this video with anyone who might benefit from it. Together, we can break the stigma and support each other on the journey to better mental health.